Hi, thanks for watching. This is a quick video showing how to replace the in-tank fuel pump on a 2005 Polaris Sportsman 800 EFI. I purchased Quantum Fuel Systems part number HFP-361-URTF. This pump is used on the 2005 to 2007 Sportsman 800 EFI, as well as the 2004 to 2007 700 EFI, and it's also used on the 2006 to 2007 Sportsman 500 EFI models. This can be used to replace the factory fuel pump, which has no separate part number. Polaris dealers can only sell you the complete tank assembly, so this is obviously a much better deal. For safety, always disconnect the negative battery cable before working on any electrical or fuel system components. Also, the EFI is a high-pressure system, so you need to ensure it's depressurized. This is simply done by depressing the Schrader valve on the right side of the EFI rail. There's a black cap just like on any tire valve there. Use some watered paper towel or a rag in place to soak up the fuel that will squirt out, and be sure not to dispose of a fuel-soaked rag or paper towel in a closed-lid trash can, because you could end up having a spontaneous combustion, and that could turn into a major fire. You'll need to remove the seat, the left and right side panels, and the small front cover and main cab assembly over the fuel tank. I've actually removed all the body plastic as I was giving it a thorough cleanup. The fuel pump is located inside the tank, right here. Remove the airbox cover and remove the tank vent hose and the clutch outlet duct. Disconnect the electrical line and the fuel output line. This fuel line is a quick connect fitting, but some other models may have clip-tight fittings. Remove the left and right mount brackets, and then remove the tank. Removing the pump assembly requires a bit of care not to bend the fuel level sender arm, but it's easy enough to do. If you use a flat screwdriver, you can pop off the strainer, which makes that the easiest way to remove everything. I then picked out the strainer and I emptied out all the fuel to ensure the tank was clean inside. Inside the box, you get a new gasket, obviously the new pump, new fuel pressure regulator, and a bag with some various components and a bag with strainer. When you pull components apart, be especially careful with the fuel pressure regulator. The retaining clip comes off fairly easily, but it's actually easy to break off one of the 3 plastic tabs that hold the regulator in as you spread them apart trying to push out the regulator. Okay, here's my assembled unit. I was able to use a zip tie with 2 zip tie heads as spacers to replace the broken regulator tab. It holds a retaining clip in nicely. It turned out that the new pump body was just slightly longer than my OEM pump. When the black plastic frame used to hold the shaft supporting the fuel gauge sender was slid on the pump, the locating lug on the shaft didn't quite fit in a slot. I had to use my Dremel tool to modify the frame a bit to make it all fit nicely. Here's a nice clean new strainer. It simply clips onto the bottom and is aligned with the float. I left it off until I was installing the pump assembly inside the tank and had the float in first. This makes everything easier. You can order a fuel pump for your machine directly off the internet from Quantum Fuel Systems at highflowfuel.com. Or if you don't like buying directly, they do sell them on eBay as well.